Welcome to the podcast. This podcast is entitled When Your Team Wins. I was coming home the day after the election, driving up to my house, and I just kind of realized how much different I felt because of the way the election turned out than I did the day before. You know, I don't think I was the only one. We were all worried. You know, there was going to be riots. It was going to be crazy. It was going to drag on for forever. I'm kind of really suspicious why there wasn't more rancor over it. Maybe it's just because it wasn't 2020 and I don't know. I just feel like, is there another shoe to drop or something? But maybe not. And so I just thought, you know, all the things I was worried about, I'm not as worried about them anymore. And I thought, is that just because my team won? And so now I think everything's going to be fine because my team won? And how much of it is perception? And I thought, how much of it is perception for the other side? All the people who are freaking out and worried that they can't get their abortions. It feels like that's their main thing. I know there's more to it than that. I'm just saying that's the thing. It feels like people are most irate about, and that's the dumbest. That's the dumbest one because that's not going to change anything. Kamala Harris was not going to legalize abortion everywhere, and Trump's not going to ban it everywhere. So I don't know what they're all freaked out about. But so I just thought, how much of this is my perception? And like, my team just won the Super Bowl, so now things are great. When, I mean, think about sports. People get so animated by it. They get so into it, and it has absolutely nothing to do with them. Like, what's different after their team wins? How has their life improved? How do they have any effect on it? They get all animated about it. They wear the jerseys. They cheer. They get all into it. You have as much power over that game as you have over watching a rerun of the Super Bowl from 1989 or something. It's the exact same thing. You have zero power over it. Like, you have zero influence on it. If you're at the game, then okay. But I don't know. It's always been weird to me. I remember as a little kid asking my parents, so after they win the Super Bowl, then what happens? What do they get? And they were just like, well, nothing. They just won the game. Like, and there's something to that. Okay. But anyway, so how much is this like that? I hope that's not what it is. I try to think that I care about issues, and that's why I care about what I care about. And that's why I feel better when my side wins. Not just that it's my side, but that it's a side that's going to do something that I want or that I think will be good. I don't know. I hope that's what it is. I hope I'm grown up enough that it's that way instead of just my team. But how much will it really affect my life? Or does it just make me think that things are going to be better? How much does it really matter? I think it matters. And I know some of the stuff matters, but maybe, I don't know. I think part of it is that I know there's good people in the White House. Yes, and I agree with them on things. But I think the other side is they are corrupt. Like, look at the stuff they've done. I don't think it's just, they're bad because they're Democrats. They're doing crazy stuff. They're not just saying crazy stuff. They don't actually say that much crazy stuff. They know how to not say crazy stuff. They've been at this too long. Well, Kamala's just dumb, but But look at all the stuff they're doing, and it's mostly to keep Trump out of office. But the other things, ruling against our will, ruling in our faces and saying, well, you don't know what's best for you because you're dumb. So you're going to drive an EV, and we're going to tax your carbon and all the, we're going to throw open the borders. You don't know what's best for you. We do. And so they go after our guy. And I don't really want him to be our guy, but I guess he's the best one we got because he's probably the only one who could have dealt with all this crap. And so I think it's more substantive than just my side won. But also there's an aspect of these people aren't like anti-patriots. They're not communists. They're patriots who just want to fix the country. Like Kennedy is the best example of that, right? He has nothing. What's he going to gain out of this? His party isn't. He doesn't have a party now. He's like a man without a party. He just wants to get some stuff fixed, obviously. And whatever you think of Trump, and yeah, it's true, he's trying to stay out of jail, but he wasn't trying to stay out of jail at the beginning. I think he kind of got into this thinking he would just push some issues and see how far it went. And I think some of it was he got super pissed when they made fun of him at that correspondence dinner, like Elon was saying. But over time, he started to grow into the role of a statesman, right? And everybody will freak out if you call Trump a statesman. But I think in 100 years, people are going to look back and say, this orange-haired weird guy who has a checkered past was a patriot. He was an influential, important leader, as weird as he is, as much of a buffoon sometimes as he is, in his own way, in his undignified way, but his, I think, sincere way. He matters a lot. I think he'll matter a lot more than Obama. What do we get out of Obama? Getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell and Obamacare? Okay, Obamacare is something. I'll admit, I've kind of changed my tune on it. I think it's probably a pretty good idea, at least parts of it. I think parts of it are stupid, of course. But what else? What else you got, Obama? He's got nothing. He was nothing. He didn't matter. I think Trump's going to matter a lot over time. We'll see. And I feel bad for the people on the other side. I don't mean to be condescending like that. I feel bad for them because some of them are actually so freaked out. They're so upset about Trump. And they're so worried that their world's coming to an end. And I don't even really know why. Because they've been brainwashed. Now, how much have we been brainwashed by our media about Obama and whatever? But Obama actually stood for stuff we didn't want. What are they standing for that we don't? I don't understand. And I hope some of them grow up, because a lot of them are young women who don't really know politics. They don't, I think a lot of them, you're not going to like this, but a lot of them don't have a man around to kind of be like, hey, maybe think about this, or just to listen to them, right? They're just like alone with their emotions, and they're losing their minds, and they're being prodded and poked by the stupid media who doesn't really believe what they're saying a lot of the time. Look at the media. You don't concede to Hitler. You don't say, well, let's get along, Hitler. They just lied to them. They just riled them up. They didn't really think any of that stuff. They're just like, it's just a game and we lost this time. We'll get you next time. While these people are super invested in it. So I feel bad. I hope they realize how brainwashed they are. And that they're going to be okay. I hope they actually watch and it's just mean tweets. He's just a jackass. That's all. He's not actually going to do something bad to us. He's just a jerk. So, I don't know. That's just something I thought of. I hope that we are substantive and serious and not just like, yeah, our team won the Super Bowl. You guys suck. I hope that's not how this is going, because that's really dumb to be that way when it comes to politics. Thank you for listening.